Hello, everybody. Welcome to another exciting edition of the program. And yes, Game 7, the two words that every sports fan loves. Game 7. And we will have a Game 7 in the 2025 NBA Finals between the Indiana Pacers and the Oklahoma City Thunder. What an amazing series this has been. I know Commissioner Adam Silver, the recent comments, he said that the ratings haven't been the best. Hey, two small market teams, the Indiana Pacers and the Oklahoma City Thunder. Indianapolis, that city and the state of Indiana, they love their basketball. And man, at the Pacers home games, the crowd has been electric. It's been a college atmosphere, and I have loved it. Same thing with Oklahoma City. Again, small market, but hey, they love their Thunder. And that arena is probably, if not the loudest, it could be one of the loudest arenas in the NBA. Similar to Indiana, the Oklahoma City Thunder, they have that college atmosphere, and it has been in full display for such a long time. And we have witnessed this with both the Pacers and the Thunder, and both of these teams great have given us great games and has given us a great NBA Finals. And we are excited. I'm excited. I know a lot of people are excited for this Game 7. As I stated earlier, the two words that every sports fan loves. So there's been questions about Adam Silver coming out about the ratings and how no one is really tuned into the Pacers and the Thunder. Last year's NBA Finals, two big market teams, the Boston Celtics and the Dallas Mavericks. Boston wins the series in 5 games. Then in 2023, the Denver Nuggets squared off against the Miami Heat. Small market versus a major market. That series went to 6 games. In 2022, two big markets. We had the Golden State Warriors going up against the Boston Celtics. Golden State wins in 6. But we did not have, and then 2021, we had two small market teams with the Phoenix Suns, and you had the Milwaukee Bucks. Milwaukee wins in 6 games. And of course, in the bubble, you had two big market teams with the Los Angeles Lakers and the Miami Heat. That went to 6 games. The majority of those NBA Finals matchups that I mentioned were involving big market teams. And it had the pop and it had the sizzle and it had big market, major market, and it had the style, but it didn't bring the substance. Oklahoma City and Indiana, they've got style, but they've got a whole lot of substance, and they've been bringing it in this series. And this is a lot of fun. This is great. I mean, I love the major markets. The major markets are fun, but this is just something different, and this is great. I've been loving this. I've been loving the Indiana Pacers, of course, Tyrese Halliburton. He hampered by an injury, but in the last game, in Game 6, he really made a statement, and this was a big game, a big performance by him. And Tyrese Halliburton, and also guys like TJ McConnell, who's just been a definition of hustle in this series. Also with Andrew Nembhard, also with Aaron Nesmith, Miles Turner, Pascal Siakam, who's really the only one on the Pacers with the championship experience. But nevertheless, the Pacers have been playing so hard, and the Oklahoma City Thunder, I mean, they've had a fantastic season led by the MVP, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, of course, Lou Dort, Chet Holmgren, Jalen Williams, a.k.a. J-Dub, has been balling in this series. He's been outstanding. I talked about the definition of hustle for the Pacers, TJ McConnell. How about for OKC? Alex Caruso. Alex Caruso has been doing his thing as well. So this has just been a fun series. And then I get it. There's been strong criticism in the media about how a certain network, ESPN, well, I should say ABC, the network that is owned by the Walt Disney Company, not doing a great job of covering the finals, not giving the Pacers and the Thunder their just due. They've constantly talked about big market teams. They brought up big market players where the finals should get precedent. The Lakers, great team. Celtics, they're great. Warriors, they're great. Steph, LeBron, Kevin Durant, those guys are great. But you know who else is great too? Tyrese Halliburton, also Pascal Siakam, also Shea Gilgeous Alexander, and Chad Holmgren, and Jalen Williams, and the rest of those gentlemen on both teams. And both of these cities definitely deserve the respect as well, both Indianapolis and Oklahoma City. And those fans have been diehard. It's a college atmosphere, as I alluded to earlier. And man, the network that's been covering this, they haven't done a great job of doing it. There's also been on-air talent that was caught on social media playing a popular computer game involving cards. You've heard about it. I'm not going to delve too deep into that, but nevertheless, man, this has been such a fun series. It's been great. It's been exciting, and man, this is going to be the first game seven since the 2016 NBA Finals with the Cleveland Cavaliers and the Golden State Warriors, with Cleveland winning in 7 games, LeBron winning in the NBA, the long-awaited NBA championship, a long-awaited sports championship for the city of Cleveland. But man, this has just been fun. This has been exciting, and certainly, man, I believe this game seven is going to be one for the ages. So let's recap how we've gotten to this point so far and leading up to this exciting, what's promised to be an exciting game seven in the NBA Finals. So let's start off with game one, which was in Oklahoma City, and the Pacers winning a close one, 111 to 110. Pascal Siakam was the leading scorer with 19 points. And of course, Tyrese Halliburton hit the game-winning jump shot with less than 1 second left in the contest, giving the Pacers the victory by 1 point. Despite the loss, SGA's Shea Gilgeous Alexander finished with 38 points. So Indiana leads the series 1-0. We march over to game two, and this was definitely a statement game, a comeback game for the OKC Thunder, with the Thunder winning 123 to 107. Shea Gilgeous Alexander finished with 34 points, and the Thunder would tie the series at 1 game apiece. We move ahead now to game three, with the Thunder and the Pacers, with the series shifting to Indianapolis. Close game, Pacers would win 116 to 107. Benedict Mathurin was out of this world in this game three. He finished with 27 points. In the losing effort for the Thunder, Jalen Williams finished with 26 points. Indiana leads the series 2-1. We move forward to game four. Close game. The Pacers, they had it going for much of the game, but the fourth quarter, Oklahoma City, they ran with it and they never looked back, thanks to Shea Gilgeous Alexander. He had 35 points, and the Thunder would beat the Pacers 111 to 104, tying the series at 2 games apiece. The series goes back to Oklahoma City for game five, and Tyrese Halliburton, hampered by an injury. He aggravated a lower left leg injury in the first quarter. We later learned that it was a calf strain, and it was just all Thunder from start to finish. Jalen Williams, he put up 40 points, giving the Thunder a 120 to 109 win. Oklahoma City leads the series 3-2. Game six, the $1 million question was Tyrese Halliburton. Will he play? The lower calf strain. Well, I should say the calf strain. I beg your pardon. Will he be able to play? Will he be at the all-star level? Well, guess what? Halliburton, he played. He knocked down some key shots, also made some key passes in this game. But it wasn't just the play of Halliburton. It was really the Obi Toppin game. Obi Toppin, Andrew Nembhard, TJ McConnell, Pascal Siakam, they handled their business as the Pacers took care of their business, beating the Thunder 108 to 91. With that game being back in Indianapolis, it was just total domination from start to finish in game six for Indiana. And again, the Pacers would beat the Thunder 108 to 91, tying the series at 3 games apiece. And this is where we stand right now for a big game seven. between the Pacers and the Thunder as the series ships back to Oklahoma City. So, as I stated earlier, this is going to be the first Game 7 in the NBA Finals since 2016, when the Golden State Warriors took on the Cleveland Cavaliers, with Cleveland winning the series 4 games to 3. And also, too, what's significant about this is that Indiana, there's a lot riding on this. If you know about the history of the NBA and specifically the ABA, the Indiana Pacers, they won 3 ABA championships. As of right now, no NBA championships, but you know about the history of this organization with the likes of Reggie Miller, Chris Mullin, Alex English, George McGinnis, also coaches such as Larry Brown, just to name a few. And again, not just Indianapolis, but the state of Indiana, they love their basketball. Basketball is just holy, is like holy grail in that state, and certainly those fans have shown up for this NBA Finals, and they have a chance to do something big in the Game 7. 3 NBA championships, but for the moment, no NBA championships. They have an opportunity to change that and hopefully raise a banner at Gainbridge Fieldhouse. As for the Oklahoma City Thunder, you know about their previous history as the Seattle Supersonics. They won an NBA championship in 1979. So many great runs, so many great players that were a part of that franchise. Now they're the Oklahoma City Thunder. They've been the Thunder since 2008. We know about Durant, Westbrook, James Harden, Serge Ibaka. Those teams were phenomenal during that period of time. This is a new era in Oklahoma City with Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, Jalen Williams, Chet Holmgren, Lou Dort, Alex Caruso, just to name a few. The Seattle Supersonics, they have an NBA championship. But this is an opportunity for the Thunder to get out of the Seattle mystique, to get out of the era of the Seattle Supersonics. Great team, but now this is an opportunity for the Thunder to leap out of the shadow of the Seattle Supersonics and stake their claim as they have an opportunity to win an NBA championship in this new era with SGA and company. The coaches have been on point in this series. For the Indiana Pacers, Rick Carlisle, he won an NBA championship as a player for the Boston Celtics, and he won an NBA championship as the head coach of the Dallas Mavericks. So Carlisle has got championship experience, and he's been a proven winner no matter where he's gone. And he's got an opportunity to continue to rewrite the history books to win another NBA championship. This time, doing it for the Indiana Pacers. And as great as Carlisle has been, Mark Daigneault, head coach of the Oklahoma City Thunder, has gone through his growing pains his first 3 years with the Thunder. It's a young team. Last year, they got over the hump despite losing in the second round. But this year, you talk about what a difference a year makes. And certainly his team is in the NBA Finals. And what a great nucleus that he has with a young team such as Shai Gilgeous-Alexander and company. And I mentioned about with the experience of Rick Carlisle and what he's done as being a proven winner. Mark Daigneault has the opportunity to write history books in his own right as well by winning his first NBA championship as the head coach of the Oklahoma City Thunder. So the stage is set for Game 7. Pacers, Thunder, both fan bases have shown up. They have been electric. It has been outstanding. And it's just been so phenomenal for people that may have wanted to tune in to watch big market teams, or people that may be fans of teams such as the Lakers, Celtics, Warriors, the Heat, also maybe the Knicks. Maybe next year, but this NBA Finals was fun. And for those that didn't have an opportunity to watch or didn't have much of an interest, you really missed out. You really missed out, man, because this was just good basketball. Both teams, they played hard. Both teams played great offense. Both teams rebounded. The hustle was just fever pitch. The fans showed up. They were outstanding. And man, this was just a fun finals to watch. And the stage is set for what I hope will be a fantastic and a thrilling game seven between the Indiana Pacers and the Oklahoma City Thunder. So before we leave, we have the Los Angeles Lakers. They have a new owner. His name is Mark Walter. And this is interesting because Jerry Buss, the late Dr. Jerry Buss, was the owner of the Los Angeles Lakers since 1979. And since his purchase of the team, championships galore. They were really the kings of the 80s in the NBA, winning NBA championships with stars such as Magic Johnson, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, James Worthy, AC Green and company, the Showtime dynasty during the 80s. And with Dr. Buss taking it from the 80s and also going until the mid 90s, landing Shaquille O'Neal in free agency, and then also the late great Kobe Bryant, acquired in a trade during draft night from the Charlotte Hornets. And then 2000, 2001, and 2002, you had the three-peat during the Shaq and Kobe era. We went from Showtime to Lake Show. Shaq, Kobe, Derek Fisher, Robert Horry, Rick Fox, Ron Harper. I mean, those guys were certainly they were running the NBA during the early 2000s. And then also we can go into the Kobe Bryant era. Shaq is traded. Phil Jackson was there during the first run, the first three titles during the Lake Show era. He comes back. Kobe Bryant, Paul Gasol and company, Derek Fisher, they win titles. They wind up winning championships in 2009 and 2010, going back to back. And then Dr. Buss passes away, and his daughter, Jeannie Buss, becomes the majority owner of the team. And of course, the Lakers win in the bubble year of 2020. LeBron James, Anthony Davis, Alex Caruso was on that team as well, also J.R. Smith. And so, but it's going to be interesting now because since 1979, the team was always owned by Jerry Buss or a member of the Buss family, with Jeannie Buss being the majority owner of the team. So this is interesting right there, but this should be exciting. And Mark Walter, he's got credentials, and certainly get this, he bought he bought the majority stake of the team for $10 billion. B as in bucks, B as in bread, ladies and gentlemen. He bought the majority control of the team for $10 billion. And hey, Mark has got his hands in a lot of stuff, having ownership stakes, not just now with the Los Angeles Lakers, but also with the Los Angeles Dodgers in Major League Baseball, and also with the Los Angeles Sparks in the WNBA, as well as being a co-owner and being heavily involved in European football, such as Chelsea and English Premier League, Chelsea Football Club. Also having his hand in other things like with motorsports, like Andretti Global, just to name a few. So Mark Walter is the new majority owner of the Los Angeles Lakers, paying $10 billion for the team. That is a lot of bread. That's a lot of cheddar. And hey, if you got it, do it, my friend. And so the Los Angeles Lakers will have transitioned from the Buss family now to Mark Walter. And that's going to do it for another exciting edition of the program. Until next time, everybody, I'm Ed Robinson saying so long, and you take care. Hey, everybody. Thank you so much for tuning into the channel. Remember to click like, share, and subscribe. And thank you for watching.